It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Notre Dame High School, home of the Irish, 2-0 to start the season, and one of Mercer County's newest and best rivalries writes a new chapter here this afternoon on the WBCB Sports Network. Hello again, everybody. A pleasant good afternoon. Mike Warren alongside the two-time Hall of Famer Rich Fisher. Great to be with you. A beautiful afternoon for Mercer County High School softball here on WBCB as the 2-0 Irish play host to the 1-0 Ravens. Two new head coaches for both of these squads, and both of them off on the right foot as neither has suffered a loss yet this season. One team's going to have to go home the loser today, Fish, but this rivalry has been one of the best in our county over the last 3 seasons. Last year in this very same spot, it was Robbinsville escaping with a 1-0 victory thanks to a robbed home run in left center field, and they carried that momentum all the way throughout their season as both of these teams held top 10 rankings in the state just a season ago. But as we mentioned, a lot different looking for both of these squads, Fish.
Yeah, first of all, Mike, define beautiful. Yeah, you say this is a beautiful day.
Well, it looks beautiful. It doesn't feel beautiful.
No,
it looks very beautiful.
25 degrees with this wind blowing, but it is a sunny day. We will give you that one. And yes, you are right. This is a CVC rivalry, and it's really only added to its luster in recent years. I mean, you got Notre Dame, traditionally one of the great softball programs in the county, and you have Robbinsville. They're only 20 years old, and they've already won 5 state titles and been in 9 state finals. So, and they won a bushel of county tournaments too. And look, before we talk about today, we have to look back at the last 3 games that these two teams have played just to set the stage for what kind of rivalry we're talking about. In the 23 Mercer County Tournament Championship game, Notre Dame left fielder Helen Woloshin fielded a single and threw a bullet to catcher Emily Brown to throw out the potential tying run to end the game and clinch a 2-1 victory over the Ravens. Last year's MCT final, Notre Dame beat Robbinsville by the exact same score, and the tying run was on third when Riley Michalik, who's now pitching for the University of Houston, struck out the last batter to clinch the game. And in between those two classics, as you mentioned, Robbinsville center fielder Ari Tomlinson went up to rob Grayson Antashevitz. How do you say that? Antazowitz of what would have been a game-tying home run to clinch a 1-0 Ravens win. So, yes, there's a lot of new faces on both sides since then, including the coaches. Carly Pedito, an assistant under previous coach Christine Levering. She and David Boehm, a longtime assistant, are kind of considered co-coaches. And Mike McQuarrie is the Irish's head man. He was an assistant under former coach Marty Schaefer. He's the 4th head coach in as many years, so the Irish are hoping to get that settled a little bit. Ravens lost 5 starters at graduation, suffered a really unfortunate loss before the season when Tomlinson injured her knee in a powder puff football game. She's likely out for the season. Fortunately for her, she'll still receive a scholarship to play for Seton Hall, but that's a big loss for the Ravens.
Absolutely.
Yep. But as we know, they still have some talent back. Catcher Talene Ali, a Drexel commit. Right fielder Jordan Grotsky, 350 last year. Fielder Katie Murphy also back. And, Mike, watch out for freshman shortstop Jules Amoroso. She's a travel ball standout. Could be a star. Lexi Lopez has been waiting her turn to shine. 1 earned run, pitched a 4-hitter and fan. Robbinsville looks poised for another big year. They really like to the last 7 meetings between these two. It's not going to be easy. A lot of people think the Irish are due for a down year. Graduated a ton of talented seniors. They might surprise some people this year. Matty Creo, Anna Hughes, Jen Kakuzo, and Antazowitz also off the hot starts. You know, Michalek, of course, a major loss, but the remaining pitchers pretty solid. Pesci and Hughes, they've allowed 1 earned run in 11 innings. Pesci struck out 13 in firing a 3-hitter against West Windsor North. So the faces may be new, but the talent's still there, and I look forward to another classic game between these two teams.
Absolutely. It's always a good time when the Ravens and the Irish face off. Today's game on WBCB brought to you by Kessel Dermatology, the Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, NJEA, Team Toyota, Notre Dame High School, Haldeman Ford, Jammer Doors and Windows, the Trentonian, the Trenton Thunder, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, all proud to bring you today's coverage on WBCB. And Fish, I believe we did a game before. Maybe it was Joe O'Gorman, but maybe both of you know, is it Bianca Pesch's grandfather that you guys know? Maybe it was Joe who said he
I
knew.
know his grandfather and their father. And actually I'm calling her Pesci, and that's wrong. It's Pesch.
That's right. We discovered that on the air as well, because
Charlie,
you made the discovery that was her granddaughter on the air.
Right.
And you said he is called Pesch, so I think we're saying it wrong.
Yeah. Charlie, I've known Charlie for a lot of years. Charlie's a great guy, former coach in the area, teacher at Heightstown, part of the famed Friday afternoon club for the Heightstown coaches. And then Brian Pesch, her dad, former chief of police at Bordentown, and her mom, Dana, she's a coach for Notre Dame. I think she's still a coach, although no, I don't see her name on the assistant coach thing, so maybe not anymore. But yeah, the Pesch family, very athletic. Her younger brother is playing sports for Notre Dame, and it is Pesch. So if Chuck's listening, sorry, buddy. Chuck Pesch also gets irate when you say Hamilton West. He said it's Hamilton. There's no, what is this West? Because when he went there, it was Hamilton. All the old timers say it. Hamilton is not Hamilton West. But hey, that's what they put on their jerseys now. So
that's right.
Sorry, get with it. Get with it, guys.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's game, brought to you by the Trentonian. Don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For Robbinsville, Murphy, Talene Ali, the director. 5th in right field, Abby V's the second. Hager at first base bats 8th, and in the 9th spot at third base. It's Bianca Pesch in the circle, Madalena Creo in the outfield and left field, Louderback in center and Cunningham in right, Delahanty at third, Kakuza at short, Mayer at second, and Hughes at first. With Antazowitz behind the plate, Pesch toes the rubber for the first time this afternoon, and the first pitch fastball misses up high and away, a ball and no strikes. First pitch fired in at 3:55, right on time.
Yeah, 5 minutes early. We love that.
Pesch has her sign and to her wind up, and the 1-0 on the way, left high again, 2 balls and no strikes. Infield looks like at normal depth for Notre Dame. The 2-0 on the way. No strikes. To Katie Murphy, the left fielder this afternoon for Robbinsville.
I highly doubt she'll be swinging at this one.
That one runs inside, a 4-pitch walk to begin this.
Yeah, in Robbinsville, runs.
Let's see if they try to implement. Amoroso, the freshman shortstop, digs in for the first time. First pitch cut on, fouled back into the parking lot. Putting out on the right foot and working ahead this time around. A ball, no ball. So winds and fires the 0-1. Cut on, ripped toward left field. Being held up there is Murphy, second and third. Nobody out for the Ravens after the double off the bat of the freshman Amoroso.
What a swing she put on that ball. She got a pitch really right down the middle, and she just turned on it. And I don't know. The wind seems to be blowing in our face, so I think that kind of cut through the wind a little bit. But you can just see by that swing.
Well, now two in scoring position for the Drexel commit, Talene Ali. Ali was a pivotal force in the offense a season ago for the Ravens. Caught many a game for them last. First pitch swinging, popped up back behind home and out of play. No balls and a strike again. Pesh getting ahead.
Be interesting to see how the wind plays into this game today. Seen a lot of windy days here early in April for baseball and softball.
A lot of windy days and a lot of rain of late as well. The 0-1
nothing new. Basically business as usual.
That's right. No balls and two strikes after Ali fouls that one back towards the baseball diamond. The Notre Dame baseball team rained out today against West Windsor North.
Yeah, that poor team. That field just does not drain.
The 0-2 down in the dirt, a ball and two strikes. I believe the game was supposed to be at North this afternoon, and it was their field that wasn't in shape. But, yeah, typically Notre Dame here having the problems on the baseball diamond with the drainage. The 1-2 popped up, left side of the diamond, trending towards foul ground, and that will strikes as Pesh gets a new softball and heads towards the rubber. And looks in. Has her sign, winds and fires.
Pesh doesn't want.
Talene Ali, not a bat you want to mess around with. Nobody out, two in scoring position, and the 2-2 on the way, cut on and fouled back.
Yeah, a couple of two-strike foul balls. I mean, Ali, she packs a punch if she gets a pitch she likes. Saw her crush a few last year.
Here comes the 2-2-1. For a called strike three. That is a huge out number one for Bianca Pesh.
Yeah, I think Talene Ali got a little fooled on that pitch. She didn't like it, but I don't know. It was a good pitch or not, but it looked good from where we were sitting.
The old adage, anything close with two strikes.
Well, that's true too.
Lexi Lopez digs in for her first chance today. Chance to help her own cause. First pitch to her, checked foul over the Notre Dame dugout, no balls and a strike. First base side in the pitch.
Ooh.
Cut on and missed.
Pesh seems to be bearing down here.
Not afraid to use the fastball as Pesh fires another one up and away. A ball and two strikes now to Lopez, the battle of the pitchers today. One-two, and the off-speed runs away, 2-2.
You know, if you're a softball fan, it's a treat to live in Mercer County. I mean, you're looking at two teams traditionally at the top of the top, you know, in the top 20 in the state, traditionally making great runs in the state. Of course, Notre Dame plays in non-public A, South Jersey. That is just a meat grinder. Boy, Pesh doesn't mess around.
Wasting no time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch fouled back to the backstop, so we'll do it again.
Pesh must be, her father must have said, her grandfather must have said, pitch fast so I don't have to listen to Fisher's rambling between pitches.
3-2, here it comes. Popped up in the infield.
That's the wind.
Near the circle.
Watch the wind.
This is going to drop in the infield. Nobody called it. Coming in to try and make the play was Jenna Kakuza, but she couldn't get to it in time.
Well, yeah, you know what? I mean, that ball was going to shortstop, and that was probably the first baseman's ball. It was closer to first base, but that's because the wind blew it in.
And also, I don't know if anybody could locate it with where the sun is right now and the lack of cloud coverage.
Yeah.
I think that ball was up there for quite a bit of time, and an infield hit the result. Bases are loaded, 1 out, and a courtesy runner coming in. It's Lily Sasaki taking over for Lexi Lopez.
Well, that's a break, big break for Notre Dame, bad break for Bianca Pesch. You know, on a normal day, that'd be 2 outs, and you just have to worry about getting the batter. But you know, this wind is going to wreak havoc. I'm telling. We just saw it. I don't need to tell you anymore.
Jordan Grodzki, the right fielder, comes to the plate with the bases loaded and just 1 down. Pesch winds and fires at the knees for a called strike. She gets ahead, no balls and a strike to Grodzki. Wide stance at the dish for Grodzki, the 0-1. Cut on and fouled back.
Anyway, what I was saying is you have these 2 teams that are just always, you know, threats to win the state. You have Steiner. All they've done is won 2 straight state championships.
Yep.
And yet hasn't won a county championship. Notre Dame's won the county championship. So what does that tell you how good this conference is when the
0-2, cut on and miss. Got her to chase upstairs.
Yep.
For out number 2.
Got a little rise there. Got her to go fishing. And Pesch is hanging right in there, hanging tough. But anyway, how tough is this county when you got the state champion can't even, the 2-time state champion can't win the county title because Notre Dame wins it.
A ball and no strikes here to Abby V's. The second baseman gets ahead of Pesch. It's a great point though, Fish. It's just boatloads of talent, a true gauntlet of a division here in the CVC.
I mean, the three mainstays are Steiner, Notre Dame, and Robbinsville. Oh, good pitch again.
Quickly, a ball and a strike as V's out in front.
And then you always have, you know, a couple other teams that sort of, you know, rise up and are pretty good at Allentown at times, you know.
1-1, just misses. 2 balls and a strike. Runners on every base for the Ravens, threatening here in the top of the first. After second and third with nobody out, bases loaded, 2 down. Pesch's pitch locates the inner third for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down and the bases loaded, top of the first. Pesch trying to get out of this early jam. V's back in the box, awaits the 2-2 pitch. Caught on and missed.
What a job.
Bianca Pesch leaves them loaded. On to the bottom of the first. Irish Bats get their first chance here on WVCB.
Is home to the, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford celebrating their 50th year in business here today, here yesterday, and here tomorrow. Well, Fish, quite the momentum swing and only a half of a frame down in the books as the Ravens get the first 2 aboard with nobody out, later load the bases with 2 out. And leave them stranded as Bianca Pesch finds a way to work out of a jam. 3 Ks for her in that inning after 2 hits, no runs to show for it, 3 left on base for Robbinsville. And that could be something we look back on in this one.
And you know what? She, like you mentioned, she had 3 strikeouts. You're going to have to strike some people out or get ground balls because this wind's going to turn everything into a 3-ring circus. So.
Lexi Lopez in the circle here for Robbinsville as she faces off against Mia Dabari. Swings and drives this one into right center field. It'll roll to the wall. She's on her way to second and cruises in with a leadoff double. Throw comes in on a short hop to Amoroso, scoots away, but the leadoff base runner aboard here for the Irish And a leadoff double to begin their offensive day.
Oh, nice job by DeBerry, just going the opposite way, putting it in that gap.
And now Bianca Pesch gets a chance to help her own cause.
Yeah, we've had 2 pitchers now with a chance to help themselves.
Fastball brushing her back just a bit, a ball and no strikes.
Lopez kind of helped herself. I mean, I'm sure Lopez is saying to herself, how the heck do you get a single with runners on second and third and not get an RBI out of it?
Missing low and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Lopez falling behind here against Pesch. DeBari on second after her leadoff double. Looking over at Coach Mike McQuarrie at third, trying to get a sign. 2-0 to Pesch, off the hand, slow roller, third base side. Amoroso flips to first in time. Heading to third with 1 down is Mia DeBari.
Good job, get her over. Get her over now, ground ball, fly ball, gets her in.
The 6-3 put out. This is Madalena Creo, batting in the 3 spot out in left field this afternoon.
That's not the traditional baseball get them over where you got to hit it to the right side. Softball, it's a little different.
Yep.
Shorter base paths and everything else.
Irish threatening. First pitch to Creo down in the dirt. A ball and no strikes. Lopez, a long look in. Has her sign from Ali. Winds and fires. Missing up and in, and that one hit her. And Creo quickly just said, "It's okay, Lex," out to Lexi Lopez as they know each other a little bit.
They all know each other. that travel ball, they all know each other.
So Creo's on first, DeBari on third. This is Addison Louderback, the center fielder, from the left side, and taking off for second is Creo, now 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, this is familiar. Just had this in the first inning.
Indeed we did. Nobody out, 2 in scoring position here for Notre Dame. The lefty and Louderback awaits. Takes one down below the knees, a called ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Louderback out in center field. Lopez winds and fires. Good look on the fastball that time around from Lopez.
I have quite the view at today's game. I can see the pitcher and the batter, and in between I see Ava Fife.
Cut on, popped up, shallow infield. Lopez makes the call and the catch. There's 1 down.
Ava, our fine camera woman.
Ava Fife doing today's camera work. Makai Gundy producing today's stream. The crew all here with us. Good to be with everybody and calling some softball here this afternoon. This is Kayla Delahanty, the third baseman. As she stares at one low and off the plate for a ball, it's 1-0.
I will be able to analyze every stitch of Mia's jacket before this game is over.
You mean Ava's jacket?
Ava, what did I say?
You said Mia.
Mia, oh. Sorry.
Last time you called her Ivy, now you're calling her Mia?
Yeah, I know. Well, because we had Mia DeBari, and that's not an excuse. I'm just an idiot.
Swung on and fouled. Leaping effort over at third base from Mike McQuarrie. He gets out of the way of that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that Ivy thing.
We didn't, so don't worry.
No, and now I guess because you didn't, I never will.
Swung on, weakly hit third base side, gloved and flipped to first in time. Great play from Alyssa Todd, and the Ravens able to work out of a jam of their own. They strand a pair. Zeros on the scoreboard. 1 inning in the books. On to the second here from Notre Dame High School. Seven, 8, and 9 coming up for Robbinsville. Zeros on the scoreboard. 1 inning in the book, and both teams working out of a couple of jams. The Ravens able to strand second and third after a leadoff double. And for Bianca Pesch, leaving them loaded in the top of the first as she heads out for her second inning of work. It'll be Lucy Canuso, Aubrey Sager, and Cassidy Luna. 7, 8, and 9 here for the 1-0 Robbinsville Ravens. Cloud coverage making its presence felt. Creeping over the sun. Canuso out in center field. Will lead things off here for Robbinsville. A windy afternoon here off of Route 206 in Lawrenceville on the illustrious campus of Notre Dame High School. Canuso looks down the third base line, gets her sign. She gets ready to make her way to the box for the first time today. Pesch toes the rubber, peeks down at the armband, and has her sign. Winds and fires the first pitch, showing bunt, gets it down towards the mound. The flip over to first from Pesch, over to Mayer in plenty of time for out number one.
So how about the clutch pitching we've seen so far today? Runners on second and third, no out, bases loaded, 1 out. And Lopez gets out of it, or I'm sorry. Pesch gets out of it, and then second and third, 1 out, and Lopez gets out of it. That's pretty clutch.
Pesch working ahead here, 0-1 against Aubrey Sager, the first baseman. Had her out in front on the first pitch. The 0-1 on the way. Cut on and fouled back. It's quickly 0-2. A lot for Pesch to work with. Ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Here against Sager. She's ready in the pitch. Just missing. 1-2. One-two, tapped foul back behind home plate, hits off the chest pad of Antozowitz. Still a off speed, called strike 3. As she sets down Sager looking, that'll bring up Cassidy Luna, hitting in place of Alyssa Todd, the third baseman. First pitch from Pesch, a called strike is the ahead of Luna. 0-1 is Pesch. Winds and fires. 0-2, a big swing comes up empty. A commanding no balls, 2 strike count in favor of Bianca Pesch. 1-2.
See what happens, Mike, when I start to put my lineup in after the game starts? I popped right over Madalena Creo, put the whole lineup in. Now I had to shoot Creo in, and then I had to write over everybody else's numbers and positions. So that's quite a gobbledygook I got on my scorecard right now.
Luna stays alive as she gets a piece on the off speed. The 1-2 again. Down and out. Count evens at 2 apiece.
For some reason, one of the better ones in the county, always in good shape.
Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Cassidy Luna. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
But she really things and some takes that are not sure, and she's got some good stuff going on.
2 more punch outs for Bianca Pesch. 2 frames onto the bottom of the second here at Notre Dame. Trenton Thunder baseball is back for the 2025 season. There's something for everybody at Trenton Thunder Ballpark. Kids eat free Tuesdays, Dollar Dog Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, and Pork Roll Fridays. For more information, visit TrentonThunder.com/tickets. Back to the pitcher. Throw to first base is in time as Antazowitz set down on the 1-3 putout. That'll bring up Jenna Kakuza, the shortstop.
Better have pretty good reflexes at first base. She whipped that ball from not far away.
She did. Lopez got it over there quickly to Sager. Able to make the play after it was bobbled a couple of times by Lopez. Kakuza digs in from the right side, stares at a fastball, and that one missing. A ball and no strikes.
You know, and you gotta make the plays in these games. I mean, last year Robbinsville won this game 1-0. I think an error played into the only run of the game. Conversely, Robbinsville made a tremendous defensive play that robbed them of a run. So
that's right.
Gloves are important.
2 balls, no strikes here to Kakuza, and the pitch from Lopez. Missing down and in the dirt, 3-0 now.
Well, you're right. It is a beautiful day when the wind stops.
That's right.
Yes.
So my girlfriend texted me. She said it's just when the wind whips up that it gets real bad out there.
Okay, well, my girlfriend said the same thing.
Sounds like we have smart girlfriends, Fish.
I guess they should be on that weather. Get the. They can be as right as anybody else.
1 out walk issued to Kakuza. Here comes Anna Hughes to the plate, the first baseman for the Irish. Her first crack at it on the day. Lopez winds and fires, and fastball that catches the inner third knee high for a called strike. Kakuza over at first, good speed. She is a threat to run. Pitch from Lopez, just a bit high above the hands. Count evens at 1 apiece. The 1-1 on the way to Hughes. Taken and called a ball, 2-1.
That must have been a little inside. Looked pretty good from here. Dave Bohm coming out to have a chat with Lopez.
Bohm must have heard something that, or saw something on the one play that Mike McQuarrie called out, because as soon as he called it out, the pitch right after that one, he came firing out of that dugout. Just maybe to remind the Ravens of their defensive assignments. If a bunt gets thrown down or placed beautifully, or if they try to slap one left side, where to go with the softball. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Hughes. Riley Cunningham in the on-deck circle, patiently waiting. 1 out, a runner on first, the pitch. Called strike on the inner third, knee high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Lopez, the pitch, up high, runner in motion, throw to second base is offline. Kakuza swipes second.
Well, she picked a good pitch to run on because that ball was high.
Still a great throw by Ali.
It was a great throw, yeah, but she had no chance.
The count is full to Hughes. Runner on second with 1 down. The pitch off the hands, popped up. Second base reaching to make the catch is Abby V's. There's 2 down.
Yeah, nice job. Kind of had to reach out and take a little hop there and pluck it.
Yeah, floated right side of the diamond, and with the infield in, had to go back on it.
Yeah,
just that.
That was a nice play. Got it right in the web.
Riley Cunningham coming to the plate, a runner in scoring position, and now 2 down. First pitch missing down above the laces. A ball and no strikes as that wind just whips right into our face.
It does, as does the dirt from the infield.
That's right. That fastball catches the corner knee high for a called strike and evens the count at 1 apiece.
It's pretty cool. You see the dirt just swirl up and kind of like a little tornado.
Fastball missing. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, you see the dirt all whip up, and then you see it coming towards you, then it disappears, then you feel it hit you in the face.
Yeah. Fun. There she
Runner
goes.
in motion, throw to third, into left field. Heading home, the throw to the plate, not in time. Kakuza swiping 3. She comes home to score. Notre Dame in front 1-0.
Well, that's going to be a tough error on Ollie, but everybody just fell asleep. Nobody was paying attention. Everybody was just standing there. Ollie came up and threw it, and everybody. And that's what we said. You know, these games, mistakes are often the deciding factor.
And a walk issued to Cunningham, turns the lineup over. This is Mia Dabari. She comes to the plate.
I don't know if they would have got her on the steal, but oh, look out.
Liner to first, snared out of the air by Sager. Gets them their first run of the afternoon, 1-0 the score. Notre Dame leading. We're on to the third here at Notre Dame High School.
Achoo! Ow, that hurts. School nurses are frontline providers, whether it's a bump or a scrape on the playground or staffing testing booths in the height of the pandemic. May is School Nurses Month. NJEA members honor the important role that school nurses have to ensure schools are safe and healthy for our kids. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation because they prepare students to be successful in school and in life. This message sponsored by the New Jersey Education Association and WBCB.
The Italian People's Bakery, proud to sponsor today's game on WBCB. Make sure you pay them a visit at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Top of the order here for Robbinsville, trailing 1-0. Jenna Kakuza coming around to score the only run so far today. Katie Murphy, her second chance at the dish, a walk her first time up. As she swings and fouls this one back behind home, no balls and 1 strike. A 4-pitch walk issued to Murphy to begin the afternoon, but stranded on base over at third after the Ravens loaded him up early, but left him there.
And Notre Dame, that's what you call grinding out a run. A walk, a steal, another steal, and an error.
Roller left side of the diamond, gloved by Kakuza, flipped across. That'll bring up Jules Amoroso, a double on her line so far today. She's 1 for 1.
Well, Pesh has certainly settled down since that lead-off walk and double. Set down 5, 6 in a row.
First pitch to Amoroso, peels out of the way of that one. Up and inside, a ball and no strikes. The 1-0 from Pesh. Cut on and fouled off the backstop.
Good little change up there.
The off speed is off balance. Pesh effectively locating the fastball but mixing in the off speed.
Yeah, she's got him guessing a little. Oh, there's a good swing.
Cut on, lifted into left and fielded on a for the freshman in Jules Amoroso.
Well, that kid can hit. My goodness. I mean, her swings just look good, pure. She really has a nice swing.
That'll bring up Talene Ali. A runner on first, one away. Field, Creo going back, she's got room. To Kakuza, there's two away.
Yeah, Ali put a nice swing on that, but got a little too
down and a runner on first. Yeah, a day like today where that wind starts out for you.
Fortunately for Creo, the wind had subsided. No wind, because she might have had to start scurrying in to try to get that. Yeah, life is a challenge, my friend.
Lopez. Delivers the 1-0, runner in motion, throw to second. The backup was Louderback.
Well, Robbinsville's getting their runners in scoring position. Bases loaded in the first, runner on second now.
Pesh to Lopez and 3 balls, no strikes to count.
I wonder if Lopez gets a green light here with the runner in scoring position. Yep.
She does, swings and fouls this one over the Notre Dame dugout and out of play.
Yeah, I would have green light. Pitch, you don't want to waste it.
3 balls and 1 strike to Lopez. Go ahead, Fish.
Pesh's stuff is good though. It's even.
Swing and a miss. 3-1 elevated. Well, I guess that was 3-2 elevated.
Yeah.
As that one sets her down on strikes. Another punch out worked through by Pesh in the inning. She has 6 on the afternoon through 3 innings, and she strands another runner. 1-0 the score. Notre Dame.
Trenton Thunder Baseball is back for its 30th year. Big League Futures, Major League Fun. Trenton Thunder tickets are now available. Single game tickets, group plans, suite nights. Get your tickets now. TrentonThunder.com or call 609-394-3300. That's 609-394-3300. Post-game fireworks nights, pork roll Fridays, and dog welcome nights throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun.
Two, 3, and 4 here for Notre Dame in their half of inning number 3, enjoying a 1-0 lead after Bianca Pesh secures her 6th punch-out of the afternoon and strands another Raven on the base paths. She gets her second chance at it and will lead things off here in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1 to start the afternoon is Pesh. She grounded out to short back in the 1st. 3 and 4. Pesh digs in from the right side. Lopez back out for her 3rd inning of and Amoroso flips it on over to first in plenty of time, and another 6-3 put out. 1 away, here's Madalena Creo. Read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. The Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. Madalena Creo comes to the plate, swings and fouls this one. She was hit by a pitch her first time up and stranded at second. Lopez gets ahead of Creo. No balls and a strike.
Did steal a base too when she was up. When
she did.
Got on.
Lopez's next pitch skipped in, back to the backstop. The count evens at 1 apiece.
Yeah, we got 3 stolen bases for Notre Dame. Robbinsville at 1.
The 1-1 to Creo. Chopped foul off the facing of the Ravens dugout. Count moves to 1-2. Lopez ready. The 1-2 pitch.
Oh,
Off speed, just off the outer edge.
close to take. Close to take with 2 strikes.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
She took it, and she got it. So I got the call, so.
1 down in the pitch. Shot foul again, left side.
I was talking to Notre Dame track coach Joe McLaughlin on my way over here, boys track coach. And
McGlock.
yeah, he's pretty excited about the upcoming spring season. The Irish won the CVC championship in the indoor.
Creo lets that one pass by and takes it for a ball.
And that whole team, Joe says, is back for the spring, plus a couple other guys. So interesting to see how the Irish make out in the spring.
3-2, looped foul out in front and off the end of the bat of Creo.
Creo hanging tough. We've seen some tough at-bats in this game.
We talked about it in the open, but the way things have trended with this matchup the last 3 years,
Yeah,
everything is tough.
everything is tough. These are truly wars.
Fastball missing outside for ball 4. Creo gets first. And it looks like coming out of the dugout, or at least to the front step of the dugout, is Carly Pedito. Wanting to know where that one missed. Louderback.
Is Carly the one in the sweatshirt or the one at the far right in the black top? Do you know? I guess so, yeah. She's, well, I don't know. I hate when new coaches come in. I don't know what they look like.
Pitch from Lopez, cut foul, and it's still no balls and 2 strikes to Louderback.
I know it. Time did a great job with the Princeton softball team before coming over to Robbinsville.
Stolen base on her line. The pitch to Louderback, shot on the ground, off the glove of Lopez and into center field. As Louderback sends one on the ground with eyes into center field.
That ball had just enough velocity to squeak through both second and short.
First and second, 1 down, a force in any bag for Robbinsville. Here's Kayla Delahanty.
Lopez needs to get tough now. I don't think you don't want to. You want to keep this a 1-run game, as we've, like you said, we've seen these last 3 games. They've all been 1-run games.
Delahanty, first pitch swinging, sends it well foul off the front of the Robbinsville dugout. 0-1 in the dirt. Runners start and then stop. Aggressive secondary leads for them, but they stay put. 1-1 now to Delahanty. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. 1-1 just above the laces, 2-1. Lopez ready, and the 2-1. Popped up left side, shallow left field. Coming in is Murphy. She makes the catch, and the runners stay put at first and second, now 2 away.
Yeah, Murphy hung with that pretty good.
That'll bring up Grace Antozowitz. Antozowitz 0 for 1, grounded out back to the pitcher, swings and fouls that one straight back. Off of Ali and off of the umpire as well, no balls and a strike. The 0-1. Liner, 1 hop to second, flip to first in plenty of time as Abby V's makes another big play at second base to strand 2 more Notre Dame runners and keep it a 1-0 game. 3 in the books. On to the 4th inning. Notre Dame winning this one so far 1-0. The Robbinsville Ravens looking for a response as we move to the 4th inning.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
Jordan Grodzki, Abby V's, and Lucy Canuso, the three to lead off here in the 4th inning. Trailing 1-0 are the Robbinsville Ravens. Alongside Rich Fisher, my name is Mike Warren. Great to be with you here from Notre Dame High School. And a great day for softball as always. The wind, a strong one, but the sun doing its best to keep us warm here this afternoon.
Well, Mike, I was having trouble zipping this coat up, and I finally got it right, but I zipped my headphone wire underneath it. So I had to unzip it and struggle to get it back zipped up again.
Just trying to stay as insulated as you can, Fish. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I carry my own insulation, but yeah, you need a little more.
Here's Jordan Grodzki to lead things off. It's Grodzki, V's, and Canuso. 5, 6, 7. Pesh back out for another inning in the pitch. Cut on and fouled back.
Ooh. Somebody's vehicle took a thunk.
No balls, 1 strike to Grodzki. Pesh, the pitch. Cut on and fouled back.
Grodzki's aiming for the baseball players. He's fouled too off in that direction now.
Pesh ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Skipped in. 1 and 2. On the ground, right side of the diamond. Mayer has it, underhand flip to first over to Hughes, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Abby V's. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the first.
The Ravens are starting to make a little contact now against Pesh. Early on, a lot of strikeouts.
First pitch swinging. V's comes up empty out in front. No balls and a strike.
She had 5 strikeouts first time through the order. Now she's going through 5. The first 5 is second time, and has 1 strikeout. So I don't know if they're starting to pick up on things. It's not like they're hitting her hard or anything, but they are putting the bat on the ball.
Missing up and away that time was Pesh. A ball and a strike. Here to V's. 1-1. Up and away. Two balls and a strike. The pitch. Taken. Up high. 3-1 now to V's. The pitch from Pesh. Waved at. Or no, they want to appeal down to first, and they say she went. So V's was getting ready to head down for ball 4. They appeal down to first, and they say she went around, and we are right here on that first base side. It definitely looked like she went. So instead of a walk to V's, it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch popped up, shallow infield. Hughes makes the call and the catch. 2 down.
Yeah, they're making contact, but it's kind of weak contact.
Here's Lucy Canuso. Grounded out back to Pesh her first time up. That was back in the second. First pitch from Pesh gets the inner third, a called strike. The 0-1 from Pesh. Down and in, a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Fouled back.
How many foul balls have we seen go back to that exact same spot? A lot.
At least a handful. The 1-2. Lined and down for a base hit. Coming up with it and getting it in quickly is Cunningham in right field. And a 2-out base hit off the bat of Lucy Canuso keeps the inning alive for Robbinsville.
It's kind of not a real full swing. She kind of reached out and kind of just went with it and stroked it out into right field.
Aubrey Sager comes to the dish. 0 for 1, a backwards K, back in inning number 2.
Oh, yeah, that was backwards.
Off speed, off the plate. A ball and no strikes to Sager. "1-0, well upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Runner on first in Canuso with 2 down. Tying run aboard for Robbinsville. The pitch cut on and fouled back behind home plate and into the parking lot again. Fish's favorite spot.
It's the same spot all the time. Simple things just amaze me, Mike. Simple things for simple minds.
2-1. Fouled again. Similar destination.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on first. 1-0 the score in favor of the home team Irish.
We don't have a pitch count, but we do have a foul ball behind home plate, behind the backstop count. 1,000 million. Pesh trying to put her away.
2-2,
Yep.
fouled again. Guess where?
Yeah. Again, more tough at bats. I mean, you know, this is kind of what we're talking about a rivalry. Every single at bat.
It's a grind.
The pitcher's grinding, the batter's grinding, the base runners are trying to be alert, the fielders are alert. It's everything's lifted. Everything's intensity-wise.
2-2 popped up, but that one gonna leave the yard again.
I mean, Sager now, she must have fouled off what, about 4 or 5 in a row with 2 strikes on her?
I believe so.
Somewhere
Last
around there.
4 at least.
Yeah, last 4. Nothing comes easy.
Battle between Sager and Pesh. The 2-2 yet again. In the air left side, but heading foul and towards the batting cages.
She got a pretty good hold of that one, but
just wrapped around it a little too much.
yeah.
And Tazowicz with a quick word of advice for Pesh as they get on the same page.
Was it 2-2 or 3-2? 2-2, right?
2-2.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outer third.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating for Sager to foul off all those pitches and then to take one down. Looked like a good pitch. So
7th K of the afternoon issued by Pesh. She strands another Raven on the bases as well. 1-0 the score. Notre Dame in front. 4 innings almost through as Notre Dame gets to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, Advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Proud to sponsor today's game, the Italian People's Bakery, 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. 7, 8, and 9 here for Notre Dame. Jenna Kakuza will lead things off, scoring the lone run this afternoon as she takes a fastball about thigh high for a called strike. A stolen base on Kakuza's line today.
All about her legs. Took a walk, got a couple steals, forced an error.
Takes that one down and away. A ball and a strike to the Irish shortstop. Lopez winds and fires, missing down above the laces, 2-1. Missing off the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Don't want to walk out leadoff batter.
The pitch.
Ooh.
Swung on, fouled off of her in the box. The count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lopez ready. And the payoff pitch. Missing inside for ball 4.
Well, you really didn't want to do that. I mean, last time you walked her with 1 out, and she stole a couple bases and scored a run. Now there's no outs. Watch out for Kakuza.
Couple of stolen bases for her this afternoon. Anna Hughes comes to the dish. Lined out to first her last time up. Kakuza starts and then stops. A called strike with the fastball from Lopez. Gets her ahead of Hughes 0-1. To Hughes and a called strike 2 on the inside corner. That one crossing closer to the belt.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't show any indication of bunting there. Try to get the runner over and get her in the scoring position.
No balls and 2 strikes. Lopez winds and fires. Missing. A 1-2 count now to Hughes.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just going to see what she can do, and if she makes an out, maybe it'll have Kakuza run again. Have to see.
The pitch. Shot on the ground left side. Gloved at third. The throw to first. Just in time. Hughes beat by an eyelash over at first. Alyssa Todd over at third. Took a couple of pats. Almost went to second with it, but Kakuza into second.
I think she was thinking about it and had no shot. And, well, they didn't bunt, but it did the job anyhow. Did the same thing as a bunt.
This is Riley Cunningham. Takes a fastball for a called strike as Lopez works ahead.
It was a good job by Sager, too, holding the bag on that throw.
Cunningham gets a beauty down, third base side, but touched foul.
Yeah.
Riley Cunningham, a dual sport athlete for Notre Dame, on the soccer field this past fall as well. The pitch to her, missing up and away.
You need any salt here, Mike?
I'm good.
I don't know when the last time
I need to watch my sodium levels.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time I wore this coat, but I reached in and there's like 5 McDonald's salt packets.
Breaking ball, missing away.
Like you need any extra salt to put on any McDonald's product. I don't even know.
You just outed yourself there.
I did. I did. Blood pressure 600 over 400.
Cunningham lines one into center field. Kakuza being held up at third. Cunningham on the way to second. And a base hit from Cunningham puts 2 in scoring position for Notre Dame.
I'll tell you what, Canuso made a really nice throw home, and you would think all right, throw it to second, concede the run, and she did not concede the run. She gunned it home, and okay, so you got another runner in scoring position, but you prevented a run from scoring.
Dabari comes to the plate, takes one low and away. A ball and no strikes. She's 1 for 2. Lined out to first her last time up in the second inning. The pitch shows bunt, pulls back, but a call.
Doing a job here for Notre Dame.
Yeah, flipping things over.
Kakuza, she's batting 7th, on a couple times and threatening to score the second run, her second run, and she will.
Base hit into center field. 1 run scores. Cunningham held at third. An RBI single from Dabari. It's 2-0 Notre Dame.
She didn't mess around, too. Saw a pitch she liked, just went right, slammed it right up the middle. Just what you want to do, hit it back in the box, got it through, and Jenna Kakuza with a second run scored of the game, and Notre Dame with a chance to get some more.
Bianca Pesh at the dish, shows bunt, pulls back. Dabari takes second base. And 2 in scoring position again for Notre Dame. The pitch to Pesh, shot on the ground to short. Amoroso makes the tag. No, she doesn't. As the runner at third and Dabari is safe. She made the tag with the glove, but the ball was in her hand.
All right, well, Pesh helps herself out with an RBI.
Amoroso at shortstop. Looked like she made the play with ease, but when she made that transition to make the tag, she started to pull the ball out of her glove. Touched the runner in Dabari with the glove. Got the runner at first in Pesh on the 6-3 putout. There's 2 down with a runner on third. And Cunningham comes across to score. 3-0 Notre Dame. A ball and no strikes to Creo. The pitch from Lopez. Lined off the glove at third. It took her glove off. An RBI single on a smoked liner from Madalena Creo. 4-0 Notre Dame.
You can't hit a ball any harder than that. Smoked it down the line, and like you said, ripped her glove right off. That's what you call making good contact.
4-0 Notre Dame, and the hits starting to pile up in the Irish favor. Addison Louderback, the next due up, but a meeting in the circle first with Lexi Lopez in the Ravens infield. Notre Dame doing all this damage with 2 outs just about in the inning.
Yep.
Here's Louderback, 1 for 2. A single her last time up in the third.
Well, the second out scored the third run, and then the single scored the fourth. So
Louderback swings and fouls that one off. While out of play, no balls and a strike.
Notre Dame just doing 1, 2, 3 hits in the inning. They're getting.
That one misses away, a ball and a strike.
I mean, their first out by Anna Hughes, that advanced Kakuza to second.
Yep.
Their second out by Pesh scored a run.
Popped up left side, but off the bleachers of the baseball field.
I mean, if you can string some hits together and when you make outs, make them productive, you're going to have 3-run innings like this. And I don't know, maybe more.
A ball and 2 strikes. On the pitch, downstairs, runner in motion in Creo, throw to second base, not in time. Another stolen base for Creo, her second of the afternoon. Another runner in scoring position for Notre Dame. They've pushed 3 across here in the inning and looking for another.
5 steals on the day for Notre Dame.
Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Louderback goes down on strikes, but the damage is done by Notre Dame in the inning. 4-0 the score as they push 3 more across. Notre Dame leading this one 4-0. 4 innings in the books here on WVCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Got it? All right.
9-1-2 for Robbinsville, trailing this one 4-0 as we move to the 5th inning here at Notre Dame High School. Bianca Pesch back out for another inning of work and a little bit more run support this time around, Fish.
Absolutely. I mean, what a difference it makes to be able to go out there and know that you don't have to make a perfect pitch every time. You have a little wiggle room, a little margin for error. Not that she wants to give up any runs, but I mean, now you don't have to have that pressure of, you know, I have to be perfect. You can attack the batters now. You know, the only thing you don't want to do is start putting people on by walks.
Luna, Murphy, and Amoroso, 9-1-2 for Robbinsville. Pesch's first pitch misses low with the off speed, a ball and no strikes. Top of inning number 5. Pitch, cut on and missed. Rising fastball, too much to handle. As Pesch blows it past Luna. A ball and a strike. Change up, located nicely, and it's 1-2. Down and out.
No, called her out.
Oh.
Yeah, I
thought
that was a ball too.
It seems like it, based on the body language of the home plate umpire, but that's a backwards K. Wow, I thought for sure that was a ball, but it's been a ball for some of these Notre Dame batters today, that's for sure. Here's Katie Murphy, the first pitch to her, cut on, popped up, back behind home, and Tazowitz there to make the catch. 2 down. I'll bring up Amoroso. She's 2 for 2 today, a double and a single. Stole a base back in the 3rd. Turned her single into a double back in the 3rd. Grounder, right side of the diamond, flipped over to first in plenty of time by Mayer for the no hits, nobody left on base as Pesch sets down the Ravens in order. On to the bottom of the 5th here on WBCB.
This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Bottom of inning number 5 in a 4-0 ball game. Notre Dame leading this one. Kayla Delahanty will lead things off 5, 6, and 7 after a quick defensive inning from the Irish. Delahanty takes one down and away, a ball and no strikes to her. An efficient offensive day so far for Notre Dame. A big swing.
Yeah, it is efficient. 5 hits and 4 runs.
Tipped off the mid, a ball and a strike here to Delahanty. But you mentioned it earlier, though, too, Fish. I mean, just effective in the way that they've been able to move base runners around and get them home. It's one thing to get them into scoring position, but it's another thing to execute and bring them across. And Notre Dame able to do that.
They've done that nicely.
Swung on, fouled left side, Delahanty.
A couple of RBI singles.
1 and 2.
RBI ground out. Stolen base that resulted in a run.
You mentioned 4 different coaches for Notre Dame in this 4-year span. Is that one missing just off the plate and a bit inside? 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Robbinsville bench thought that was good enough for strike 3.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. I mean, because Robbinsville's had a few coaches over the years, not 4 in 4 years. I mean, Chris.
Tapper, right side, placed beautifully into fair play. Off the end of the bat as Delahanty sends a single into right field. The leadoff runner aboard here for Notre Dame.
You're right about that, Blaze. You couldn't have put that better if you walked out and dropped it there.
Yeah, absolutely right. But I'm mentioning, though, the 4 different coaches in 4 years, the philosophy has really stayed the same for Notre Dame. Just a team that once they get base runners on, they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to find different ways to get them home. And here under Mike McQuarrie today, they're doing just that same thing as we've seen under Chris Jackson and Marty Schaefer before.
Yep, James Angelino last year. But you know what? That's really that's softball. Yeah, you gotta. If you have a good team, it means you have a good pitcher. So you want to scrap out any kind of runs you can, unless you got one of those teams like St. John Vianney where they hit like 1,000 home runs.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of power hitters. At least in the CVC. So you do have to scratch out runs, especially when you got 2 good pitchers going against each other.
And Tazowitz takes that one up and away.
And Robbinsville, Dave Bohm has been sort of the consistent here in the dugout. Before Christine Levering, they had a few other coaches right before COVID. It's kind of interesting. You have such good teams and the upheaval in coaches that they've had.
Called strike on the outer third. Dan Tazowitz. Lopez ready out on the circle and the pitch. Missing high and taken for ball 4. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Here's Jenna Kakuza. A couple of walks and a couple of runs scored for her today.
Yeah, she's kind of been a catalyst. Started that 3-run. She got the only run. She scored the first run, then got the only run. I'm sorry. Scored the first run, and then started the 3-run rally the last inning. Nice to have a catalyst batting 7th.
Anna Matcham into the game. Takes over on the base paths for Antazowitz, the catcher. First pitch to Kakuza taken for a ball, 1-0.
Happened to that sun, Mike?
Back behind the cloud, of course. Kakuza steps to the plate. First time with runners on for her today and takes that one up. Two balls and no strikes. Delahanty on second. Matcham on first. The pitch. Called strike. About knee high, 2-1. Called strike 2. Back to the well with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 aboard. Nobody out here for Notre Dame. Runners on first and second. The pitch. Off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Kakuza has a good eye. I mean, she's already walked twice, taken a few close pitches.
Looking for a third as well. Full count, the payoff pitch. Off the plate for ball 4. Her third walk worked today, and it loads the bases with nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, she's taking some close pitches, too. Walking 2 singles, bases loaded.
And this is Anna Hughes. She's 0 for 2, a line out and a ground out.
Lopez really has to bear down now.
Nobody out.
Yeah, this is about as tough as it gets.
Fastball off the back foot. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hughes would like to.
4-0 Notre Dame, a chance to break this one open.
Yeah, Hughes would love to do nothing more than do that.
Had some extra support here in the late innings. The pitch. Knee high, inner third, a called strike. 1-1. Lopez, a long look into her windup in the pitch. Swing and a tapper foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Anna Hughes in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch. Missing.
That looked like the same pitch he caught a strike on a little earlier. Might have been a little bit lower below the knees.
2-2. 2 aboard. Bases loaded. The pitch. Shot on the ground to third. Through the legs. Amoroso comes up with it. A run comes across. Everybody's safe.
Everybody is safe. That's going to be an E5, but she does get an RBI on that.
Hughes brings home the 5th run of the afternoon, 5-0 Irish. Here's Riley Cunningham, a single and a run scored for her today, a walk as well. Fastball called on the inner third, and a strike, and it's 0-1. Liner into left field. 1 run will score. 2 on the way. A 2 RBI single from Riley Cunningham. 7-0 Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think that error might have taken a little bit out of Lopez there. Thought she might have had an out, and nothing came of it. A run scored, and Cunningham just didn't waste any time jumping on that pitch.
That'll flip the lineup over. Here's Mia Dabari. The bottom of the lineup here for Notre Dame today has done a tremendous job.
Oh, absolutely.
Dabari shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball. Want to know? Talene Ali comes out to the circle to talk some things over with Lopez.
The bottom of the lineup only has 2 hits, both by Cunningham, but they have 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored, so they're responsible for 6 of the 7. Kuza with 3 walks, Hughes with an RBI ground out that was an error, and Cunningham with a single, a run scored, and actually they have 4 runs scored and 3 RBIs, so they're kind of responsible for all 7 runs.
Tremendous stuff. You can't ask for much more
you gotta like
from your
that.
bottom 3.
Not sure you could ask for much more from your top 3, let alone your bottom 3.
Dabari bunts that one foul. I believe now there are 2 strikes on Dabari.
Sun's back out, buddy.
On the ground towards third.
Oh!
Play at the bag, just able to beat Hughes, and that was close.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it looked like Hughes might have beat her to the bag.
Yeah.
Todd able to win the race, according to the near umpire in the field. 5 unassisted. I'll bring up Bianca Pesh. Runners at first and second. Fastball missing up and into Pesh, a ball and no strikes. She's 0 for 3. 3 ground outs, all to Amoroso at short.
She has an RBI.
That she does. Missing downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes to Pesh.
5 different players with RBIs. 2, 3, 4. 5 different players with runs scored. 5 different players with hits.
2 balls, 1 strike the count.
That's pretty good.
Still just 1 out here in the inning. Pitch. Missing upstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, what was shaping up as another classic has pretty much gotten out of control here in these last 2 innings.
(3-1) line fair over the first baseman's head. Everybody's safe. Throw goes awry. Heading to third, Dabari. Coming around to score is Cunningham. Notre Dame just pouring it on here in the 5th.
Yeah, they sure are. Bianca Pesh with her second RBI of the game. First hit, second RBI.
Cunningham comes around to score. (8-0) now, Notre Dame leading. Pesh getting the courtesy runner over at first. His first pitch taken by Creo, a ball and no strikes. Looks like Caitlin Patrick taking over on the base paths as she swipes second base. 2 in scoring position here for Notre Dame. There's 1 out in the inning. Creo at the plate, 8-0 the score.
Creo's been on 3 different ways today. Hit, pitch, walk, RBI single. Is there some kind of getting on for the cycle? A hit, a walk, maybe reach on a missed third strike or something?
Off speed, off the plate. 2 balls and a strike here to Creo. And a walk issued here to Creo. As that was 3 balls and a strike. The umpire said 2 balls and a strike. Still okay given the walk. To Creo, the bases are loaded. And Louderback 0-1. She's 1 for 3 today.
Well, a hit here will end the game, depending on where it goes.
New ball and gets one. Patrick on second, representing the 10th run and potentially the walk-off run if Notre Dame can get a base knock. Louderback taking one low and away, but it's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes now to Louderback. Lopez kicks and deals. Tapper towards short, into center field for a hit. Patrick's coming around third. Throw to the plate, not in time. A 2 RBI single from Louderback. And the Irish push their 10th run across here this afternoon. And that should do it.
Yes, it should. Yes, it does.
Notre Dame victorious 10-0 the final. Louderback with the 2 RBI single to win it. And Notre Dame improves to 3-0 on the season. A 3-0 start for first-year head coach Michael McQuarrie.
Well, that was a heck of a game by Notre Dame. They did a lot of good things, a lot of things right. And, you know, everybody, you know, they had those 6 freshmen that came up and became 6 seniors last year, and they were a powerhouse. And they left, and people thought, you know, maybe Notre Dame will. They knew Notre Dame would still be good, but they weren't sure how good. And right now, they look real good. I mean, this is a pretty good Robbinsville team, and 10-run rule like that. And Bianca Pesci pitching the way she pitched. Great all-around effort here by the Irish, and really good start for Notre Dame.
That was one thing that I got to speak with Mike McQuarrie very briefly pregame, and he said, you know, we've had some good tests in our scrimmages. We've had some good early, you know, measurables to see where we stack up against good teams like Donovan Catholic, like Hunterdon Central. He said, but this game simply just means more. and it'll be a really good test for us today. A great test it was indeed for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And
one thing we didn't
pass
mention.
with flying colors.
One thing we didn't mention is this is a Colonial Division game too.
Right.
So you got sometimes winning the division isn't. Teams don't really emphasize that, but you win the Colonial Division. That's Nottingham, or that's Steiner, Robbinsville, and Notre Dame. That's pretty good. So time to go interview people, Mike.
All right. For my broadcast partner, Rich Fisher, my name is Mike Warren. Ava Fife did our camera work today. Mackay Gundy produced today's stream. I want to thank all of our sponsors who made today's broadcast possible. Kessel Dermatology, the Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, NJEA, Team Toyota, Notre Dame High School, Haldeman Ford, Jammer Doors, the Trentonian, Trenton Thunder, the Italian People's Bakery, and Hyundai of Trenton, all proud to bring you today's coverage on WBCB. One final time here from Notre Dame, the final 10-0. The Irish improved to 3-0. For my broadcast partner, Rich Fisher, my name is Mike Warren. One final time here from Notre Dame as the Irish victorious 10-0 over Robbinsville. We thank you so much for tuning in to high school softball on WBCB. Have a great night, everybody.